All right, everybody, welcome to another deep dive with us.
Always a pleasure.
So today we're going to be looking at this article called Macro Factors Influencing Marketing. And
Oh, yeah. I glanced over this one.
yeah, it's really cool.
Mhm.
And I think we're going to kind of take the approach of there are 6 kind of main sections to it. I think we'll just go through each one and kind of like pull out the most interesting, points to talk about.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so it's demographics, economics, natural resources,
Oh,
technology,
yep.
politics, and culture. So it
Yeah.
really is kind of like that big picture.
Really big picture. Yeah. This is like the macro view.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think,
I think it'll be interesting for any listener, if you work in marketing or even if you don't. I mean, these are the forces that are shaping the world around us.
yeah, exactly. And, I think we can pull out some really practical, takeaways, I think, for people no matter what they do.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, so let's dive right in. Okay, so demographics, the first one, right off the bat, it's like imagining a world where, everyone's getting older. What happens when a whole generation starts retiring?
Yeah. It's a massive shift, right? Think about it. Like by 2030, 1 in 5 Americans will be over 65.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah, so you're going to see so much more need for retirement communities, right?
Yeah.
And like travel deals for seniors and, even just like technology that's designed, with old people in mind, right? Like with bigger, buttons and stuff.
Yeah, totally. And I think we're already seeing that happening, right? Like, look at how many companies are targeting that older demographic now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a huge market.
Yeah. So that's just one example, right?
Yeah.
Like aging population.
Yeah, and it's not even just about like getting older. It's also about where people are living, right? This whole thing about urbanization,
Oh, yeah.
which is way more than just like moving to cities.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a whole shift in lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think about my friends who live in the city, they're always like the first to try like a new app or, some new gadget or whatever.
Totally. Early adopters, right? Like if you're a company, you've got to be where those early adopters are.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, city dwellers are just like more likely to be, influenced by digital marketing and like those convenience focused products that we see popping up everywhere.
It's all about that urban vibe, right? Like, trying to capture that.
Yeah, exactly.
That feeling.
So then there's also like family structures.
Yeah.
Right? The article talks about how, more and more families have 2 working parents, which is like, totally the norm now.
Yeah, it's the standard these days.
Yeah. And that has a huge impact on like what families need.
Yeah.
Right? Like suddenly, ready to eat meals and childcare services and like even grocery delivery, all that stuff becomes super important.
Yeah, you've got no time, right? Like convenience is key when you're both working.
So demographics, it's like this constant wave that businesses have to ride.
Yeah. Definitely a moving target.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's talk about something that, sometimes feels like a different kind of wave, the economy,
Oh, yes.
Like remember when you had to really watch your spending? Businesses do the same thing during recessions.
Absolutely. When people are tightening their belts, businesses have to adapt, right? They've got to focus on affordability and value.
Yeah.
Start offering discounts, highlighting those budget-friendly options, and really emphasizing how their product can actually save you money.
Yeah. It's like when you see clothing stores, pushing their like more basic lines or like restaurants having those like, 2-for-1 deals or something,
Exactly. There's special promotions just to try to keep things moving.
Yeah. Yeah. And then on the flip side, when the economy's good.
A whole different ball game than,
Yeah, then you have like people feeling really confident. They have more disposable income.
Yeah.
And then businesses can kind of like, tap into that with more, premium products and,
The aspirational marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the fancy car brands releasing those limited edition models or like high-end designers, like, really emphasizing how exclusive their stuff is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like treat yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the economy's good, you can kind of indulge a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there's inflation, which is a whole other beast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like when prices are going up, businesses have to figure out how to stay competitive without, losing their profit margin.
Yeah. It's like this tightrope walk, right? Like, do they raise prices and risk, people going somewhere else?
Yeah.
Or do they kind of eat the cost and potentially, hurt their bottom line?
It's a tough call.
Yeah.
It's a tough call. And then they've got to figure out how to communicate all that to the customer.
Yeah.
Like, why are our products still worth the price, even though, everything else is costing more?
Yeah. It's a whole other
Down is a whole other layer.
Okay, so we've got, demographics shifting. We've got the economy going up and down. It's like this constant, dance.
Yeah, it's a lot to juggle.
Yeah. But then you got this other thing happening,
Yeah.
right? Like this growing concern for the environment
Right, right.
and how that's influencing, business decisions.
Absolutely. This is a big one.
Yeah.
And I think this part of the article really gets into how businesses are responding to that demand for eco-friendly products and practices.
Yeah. And it's leading to like some really cool innovations too,
That's for sure.
like take electric vehicles, for example, you know? They're not just like a new technology. They're a direct response to people wanting cleaner transportation, you know?
Absolutely. People are making choices with their wallets. They're saying, we want sustainability. We're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just the products themselves. It's impacting entire supply chains.
Yeah, the whole process.
Yeah.
From sourcing materials to packaging to shipping, companies are working to reduce their carbon footprint at every step.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how this is shaping like every aspect of business,
Yeah, it's a holistic shift.
from product development to, you guessed it, marketing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, companies want to highlight their sustainability efforts, right? It's a selling point.
Oh, absolutely.
Consumers are more and more drawn to brands that align with their values, and sustainability is a huge part of that.
Totally.
Oh,
Okay.
got it.
So buckle up because we're moving on to a force that is changing faster than ever, technology.
Oh, boy.
Like, remember when having a website was like the big deal?
You were cutting edge if you had a
I
website
know.
back in the day.
And now it's like, if you don't have an app, you know,
You're nobody.
yeah, you're a dinosaur. So, yeah, technology and marketing have come a long way.
Oh, my goodness. It's mind-blowing how quickly things are changing.
Yeah, and this article highlights some seriously cutting-edge stuff like artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and blockchain.
All the buzzwords, right.
Yeah.
But they're buzzwords for a reason.
They're
Having a massive impact.
Okay, so let's start with AI, because this is basically allowing for like hyper-personalization in marketing, right? Like, have you ever noticed how online stores seem to know exactly what you want?
Oh, yeah. It's a little creepy sometimes.
It is.
But it's also kind of cool how accurate it can be.
I know. It's like, how did you know I was looking at that?
Right. But that's AI at work, analyzing your browsing history, recommending things you're likely to buy.
Yeah. AI is making marketing so much more targeted because it understands us,
Yeah, it's all about the data, right? Like AI is just crunching numbers, figuring out patterns, and predicting what we'll do next.
And then there's the Internet of Things, right? Like connected everything to the internet, which means there's just this like treasure trove of data for marketers.
Oh my goodness. It's like imagine your smart fridge sending data about your grocery habits to companies,
Right.
leading to targeted ads and promotions.
It's kind of wild to think about like how all these devices,
Leave a trail.
yeah, they're creating this like digital trail of our lives.
It is. And companies are using that information
Yeah.
to market to us more effectively.
And then there's blockchain, right? Like improving transparency and security, especially in supply chains.
This is a big one for you. I'm really excited about the potential of blockchain.
Yeah.
Like imagine scanning a QR code on a product and instantly seeing its entire journey from where it was made to the store shelf.
That would be amazing.
Right. It's all about transparency and traceability.
Yeah. Blockchain could totally change how we track products and make sure they're authentic.
Exactly. It's using technology to create more efficient and secure systems.
Yeah. Oh, because we've talked about people, money, the planet, and tech. But there's another force that's always at play, even though we don't always think about it, politics.
Oh, yeah, this one's a big one.
Yeah, governments have a huge influence on how businesses operate, and that definitely impacts marketing.
Absolutely. Think about all the rules and regulations that governments create, things like consumer protection laws, environmental regulations, trade policies.
Yeah.
All of that shapes what companies can and can't do.
Like, for instance, with advertising, right?
Huh.
Like, companies can't just say whatever they want.
No, they have to be truthful.
Yeah, they have to back up their claims.
Exactly. Or they'll get in trouble.
Yeah. Governments are kind of like the referees, making sure businesses are playing fair and protecting consumers from shady practices.
I like that analogy. Yeah.
And then you have trade policies like tariffs, which can have a huge impact on international marketing, right?
Oh, yeah. Tariffs can really shake things up.
Yeah.
They make imported goods more expensive, which can affect demand and force companies to adjust their pricing.
Yeah. And political stability or instability,
Right.
is another big factor.
Absolutely. Uncertainty in a region can make it really risky for businesses to invest or expand there.
Yeah. It's a reminder that marketing isn't just about understanding consumers. It's about understanding the whole context in which businesses operate.
Yeah, the bigger picture.
Yeah. Politics, economics, everything is connected.
That's all intertwined.
So we've covered demographics,
Yeah.
economics, natural forces, technology, and politics.
We've been busy.
I know.
A lot of ground covered.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to talk about, and it's especially important for businesses operating globally: culture.
Ah, culture. This is a fascinating one.
It is, yeah. Like imagine launching a product in a foreign country, you know?
Right?
Would your marketing message work the same way?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Like cultural forces are so powerful they can make or break a marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Understanding and adapting to different cultural contexts is absolutely essential.
Yeah. The article really emphasizes cultural sensitivity.
For good reason.
Like imagine a brand using a humorous ad that
Mhm.
accidentally offends a particular cultural group.
Oh, yeah, that could be disastrous.
It could.
Boycotts damage to their reputation.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
It's about more than just avoiding mistakes.
Yeah, it's about respect.
Yeah, it's about truly understanding and respecting the values and beliefs and customs and languages of your target audience.
Exactly. It's about connecting with people on a deeper level.
And consumer behavior is so different across cultures, right? Like things like family influence, social norms, the role
Yeah.
of social media, all of that affects how people respond to marketing messages.
Oh, absolutely. What works in one culture might not translate at all in another.
Yeah. You got to be flexible.
Adapt your approach.
And adapting might mean changing the product itself to fit local tastes.
Yeah, like those fast food chains that have special menu items
I know, right?
that appeal to different regions.
It's smart.
Yeah, it shows they're paying attention to
Yeah.
what people want.
And of course, language barriers are a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah. You have to make sure your marketing messages are translated accurately and resonate with the target audience.
It goes beyond literal translation, you know? You
Yeah.
have to capture the nuances of language and culture to really connect with people on an emotional level.
Wow. So we've really covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
We've explored these 6 major forces, demographics, economics, natural forces, technology, politics, and culture.
We've done it.
Yeah. And we've seen how each of these forces can impact the market and influence business decisions in really big ways.
In profound ways, yeah.
Yeah, it's a constantly changing landscape. And businesses that stay informed are going to be better equipped to handle the challenges and grab the opportunities.
Absolute. Knowledge is power, right?
Right.
The more you know, the better prepared you are.
Yeah, it's like we've been given this, incredible map of the market with all these different layers and moving parts.
And once you understand those parts, you can kind of start to anticipate trends, right? Adapt to those new conditions.
Yeah.
Make smarter decisions.
It's all about seeing the bigger picture, connecting those dots between, seemingly separate forces, like, how economic downturns might lead to a surge in demand for sustainable and affordable products.
Exactly. It's not just reacting, it's being proactive.
Yeah.
About using them to your advantage.
Turning those challenges into opportunities and using these insights
Yeah.
to, come up with innovative ideas
Right.
and grow your business.
For sure. It's like thinking several moves ahead.
Yeah.
Like you're playing chess.
Totally. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Yeah. A little something to chew on.
Yeah, think about
Right.
like the industry you're in.
Yeah.
Or, maybe a product or service that you're really passionate about.
Okay.
How are these 6 forces, demographics,
Mhm.
economics, natural resources, technology, politics, and culture, how are they shaping its future?
Yeah. What's coming down the pipeline?
Yeah. What opportunities or challenges, do you see?
Take some time to reflect on that,
Yeah.
It's a great way to apply what we've talked about today.
Yeah.
Start thinking strategically.
Because staying informed about these forces is key to understanding, business and marketing.
The world is changing all the time.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
It
And the more you learn, the
Yeah.
better prepared you'll be.
We had a blast exploring this with you today.
It's been fun.
Yeah, lots of insightful nuggets.
Oh, yeah. Some real gems in there.
So we hope you'll continue to explore these concepts. Apply these insights to your own work and life.
Keep learning. Keep growing.
Yeah. And definitely join us next time
For sure.
for another deep dive into a brand new topic.
Until then.
Keep learning, everyone.
Yeah, it's like we've given you a new lens to view the world.
And with this lens, you can, start to see those patterns, those shifts, and make strategic choices.
Yeah.
You
Right. Instead of reacting, you can kind of get ahead of it.
Totally. And we've only scratched the surface here, right?
Yeah.
Each one of these forces, like demographics, economics, all these things.
It's its own world.
Yeah, it's a whole world in itself.
Yeah.
So there's always more to learn
Oh, tons more.
in each of these areas.
Absolutely.
So that's what's exciting about it, right? The more you dig in,
Yeah.
the more fascinating it becomes.
So keep digging, keep asking questions.
Yeah, stay curious.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open,
And that's how you stay ahead of the curve.
especially, in business and marketing.
Oh, yeah. Things are changing all the time.
Yeah. So remember, the most successful people in business,
Mm,
they're not just good at marketing.
right.
They're the ones who really understand,
The bigger picture.
the forces,
That context.
that are shaping the world around them.
Yeah.
So go out there, embrace the complexity, use these insights, to create something,
Meaningful.
meaningful, impactful.
Make a difference.
Yeah. And we'll be back next time
We'll be here.
to dive into a whole new topic.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, happy exploring.
Keep learning, everyone. Sam.
Yeah.